Today, 100 years ago. Today, 100 years ago, two cities stood separated by a mile-wide river and a single stubborn fact: no bridge had ever spanned it. For 7 years, crews had battled the Delaware's fierce currents and shifting mud. Ralph Modjeski's towers rose slowly, steel by steel, until their cables stretched like silver threads across the water. On the Philadelphia side, the Custom House clock ticked past noon, while the smell of river mud mixed with fresh paint and hot rivets. Camden's shoreline buzzed with the same tension. Everyone knew the ferry carried 50 million passengers a year. Everyone wondered whether the new span would truly end that era. At 1 o'clock, dignitaries stepped forward with giant scissors. The ribbon parted, and 200,000 pedestrians surged onto the roadway. Shoes scraped against the still warm deck plates. Children pointed upward at the graceful cables, now humming faintly in the summer breeze. Halfway across, a fresh question rippled through the crowd. Would the first automobiles dare to follow so soon after the walkers cleared the path? Minutes later, they did. Engines coughed to life, and the first cars rolled onto the 1,750-foot main span, the longest suspension bridge on Earth. The 7-minute crossing replaced an hour-long ferry ride that had once seemed unavoidable. By evening, the bridge carried its first steady stream of traffic. The $37 million structure had done more than connect two shores. It had erased a natural barrier that had shaped commerce and daily life for generations. From that day forward, Philadelphia and Camden moved as one city across a single, soaring arc of steel. The Benjamin Franklin Bridge still carries millions across the Delaware each year. Like and subscribe if stories of engineering firsts and vanished ferry eras interest you.